G'day folks, it's your boy Tomko Chan here again. We're on a lovely Wednesday here in Australia. It's spring now, the sun is out, it's beautiful, it's shining. So I've been playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! Indoors. As per usual, during this pandemic, it's all online now unfortunately, which is fine. So today we're looking at an OTS tournament I entered last night with one of the stores that's close to one of my friends here in Melbourne. I want to give a shout out to Next Level Gaming in Ormond for hosting this event. It went very, very smoothly despite unfortunately the Dueling book server shutting down at one point there, but we all got through it. It wasn't anything to worry about. I ended up going X2 for the night, so not spectacular. There was only 3 rounds of Swiss and I only won the one game, but it was all in good fun. It's nice to test some decks and see how they do. Let's have a look at the replays. Alrighty, so jumping onto Dueling book here, this match is the first one that I had for the night. It was against Dogmatika Eldlich. Yeah, pretty tough matchup to be honest. I can see why this deck is, possibly the best #1 meta deck these days in the format. Yeah, I had a really tough time against it, but it was a good game, so let's go ahead and play it now. I was playing the same build that I showcased to you guys last time, which was Dinosaurs. I lost the dice roll here, which was actually a good thing because I do like to blind second. Most decks, choose to go first in this format. So blind second is a very good option, obviously with your dinos as well. So looking at our opening hand, it's looking quite good here. We've got the Ash Blossom for disruption as well as the Dogoran for whatever he summons now. So to begin with, let's just fast forward these. It's going to start with Pot of Extravagance, banishing 6 there. I'm going to Ash that. Obviously don't know what he's playing, but I don't want him to have a free +2. So we continue here. Alright, so I find out that he's playing Eldlich now. He goes for the Cursed Outland, pays his 800, gets his Golden Lord to his hand, sets 1 and passes. Not a great opening turn, but doesn't really matter for Eldlich. It's kind of just the way they play. It's more of a grind game type scenario. So at this point, I figure I am just playing Eldlich here. I didn't know there was any variant to it, so I'm going to go for the Fossil Dig. Fossil Dig is going to resolve, getting me the miss because I have the baby in hand. Now, if you have baby and Fossil Dig, you should probably search for the Misc. That way you can protect yourself. That way you can obviously, send it to the grave, then banish it to get your Archosaur and so on and so forth. If you didn't have the baby, you'd probably go for a different route here, but at this point, it's definitely the best option. So let's continue here. I'm going to banish for effects, get my Archosaur onto the field. What a great card. Going to pop the baby to get the pill, and the plays are just all the same from here basically. You go into your Soul Eating Oviraptor, it's going to send the Rex, go into your Linkurbo as well as your Secure Gardener, so you get the non-dinosaur in the grave, and then the double evolution pill here is going to banish the Rex and the Linkurbo to get us the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno and the Rex back onto the field. So you have any option of your rank 4s now, as well as Conductor on the field is absolutely spectacular. Now I think I had the dinosaurs to go into the Conductor here. I chose not to, just because I wanted to keep, a kind of safe play, as you will, and I go into the Dolker instead. I'm not too worried about the back row. I kind of figure it's going to be an Eldlich spell or trap that's either going to special summon the Golden Boy or the Conquistador, so I'm just going to be able to run over anything with the Conductor. That's why I attack with him first, and then go in for 1000 and the Dolker 2300. And passing on to him now. Let's keep going here, onto the end phase, all good. So, draw standby. Into the main phase, he's going to activate his Golden Lord in hand. This is what's great about having Dolker in this matchup. Because, excuse me, you can just negate it. No problem there. He's going to go into his Cursed Outland, paying his 800. Moving on, he's going to get his Golden Land, Conquistador. He's going to set 2 to the field and then pass turn. Hakero in end phase just to get that extra back row. Again, yeah, this is what it does. It's a grind deck. So it just, keeps floating and grinding all the way through. But I mean, I'm pretty sure my board presence is almost too strong at this point. He's going to activate the Sanguine to get the Eldlich out of the deck and onto the field. We're going to go for our Fossil Dig, which is going to copy Ash, unfortunately. I choose not to negate it here. I don't think I really need to. It's not a big deal. I've got the Dogoran for that, and I figure I've got game anyway. So we're going to go to battle phase, and at this point, he's going to concede game 1. Alright, so obviously at this point, I'm aware that he's playing Eldlich. I didn't know he was playing Dogmatika, so when I side, I don't really side for the Dogmatika matchup. I think I kind of figured that he might be playing the Synchro variant, which I think is, it's one of the more common ones that I've seen, putting up the double negates. So I obviously side in the Dark Ruler no more with that in mind. This is when I find out he's playing Dogmatika, so there you go. So he's going to activate the Nadir Servant, sending the Adignista, the Wind Pegasus, great card actually, you're going to see this one a bit later. He's going to add the Dogmatika Ecclesia from his deck to his hand, and he's going to activate that effect, which is going to cop my Gamma. Lucky for him, he has got the Ash in hand, so it doesn't resolve. I get to keep the Gamma, which is good. He's going to add his Trap from deck to hand, and then activate a Cursed Eldland here. So he's looking pretty good for this turn. Gets himself a Golden Lord. Keep it going, set 2, and pass to me. Alright, so I'm going to start off with Soul Eating Overruptor's effect. He's going to Forbidden Droplet, which, I mean, there's nothing I can do about this, unfortunately. It's just going to hurt. I'm going to have to go for the double evolution pill just so I have something on board. He's thinking on that. No, I'm thinking, sorry. I get the Conductor out of the deck, just so I can put some damage in. Conductor effect. And, unfortunately, the punishment is going to wipe me clean here. Sends the Entis, targeting the Overruptor. Overruptor gets popped, and then followed by the Conductor getting popped there. I set my Dark Ruler just as a bluff, and pass turn to him. Not looking great, looking very good for him. He's going to look through his graveyard, activate the Cursed Eldland effect once more. It's going to cop my Ash. I have to Ash something at this point, I think. And yeah. He's going to send that from field to grave, adding that to hand. He's going to get a 3500 beater as well as his 1500, so he's going to put a fair bit of damage on here. Alrighty, and I cop the 1500 to the face as well as the 3-5, and we keep going. Hopefully I top deck something brilliant. Hekero in end phase, so he's going to get another spell to the field there. I top the double evolution pill, which is actually pretty good. I'm going to activate that, banishing 2. To get my last Ultimate Conductor, Tyranno, onto the field. Hopefully it's going to put the work in. Unfortunately, I can't get over this Eldlich because it is 3500 at this point, and I don't want to crash. There's absolutely no reason to. So we're just going to pass over to him. Now, at this point, what he was saying, he forgot to chain Adignista in the graveyard. All in good fun. I figured I was losing at this point anyway, so I'll let him have it. That's fine. I said, it's GG anyway. No dramas, and I tidily scoop on to game 3. Too much advantage. I wonder what my top deck was, so I guess I'll find out. Alright, moving on. We're going to side for game 3. Now, I do know that he's playing Dogmatika now, so I think I sided in the perhaps Stroll and Lockbird. It's quite good against the Dogmatika, I think. You've got the Cursed Eldland that adds from deck to hand, as well as the Nadir Servant and the Ecclesia as well, but I don't see it here in my opening hand, unfortunately. He's going to send the Titaniclad to add the Ecclesia. Keep going, he's going to activate that. So it's looking pretty good for him. He gets the punishment, pretty much exactly what he needs. He's going to set 3 back row and pass to me, much like the second game. Yep, during the end phase, he's going to add the Fluid Release. Gives him another disruption. Now, Lost World is a very good draw here. I'm going to banish 6 for my Extravagance. And that's going to resolve, which is good and bad because, I have the Conductor in hand now and the Archosaur, so the pill can't summon the Conductor, unfortunately. I'm going to go into my Miscellaneous. Again, same deal. Baby in hand, you should probably add the Miscellaneous to hand. That way, you're going to be able to play through anything that they have on the field at that point. Summons out the Archosaur. Archosaur effect to get the baby pop, and it's just the same from here. It's going to summon the Overraptor. The Overraptor's most likely going to go into Rex here. Yep, send it to grave because I have the Conductor in hand. And Lost World, now he's saying, yeah, I can't respond anyway. I kept asking him if he had any responses to my activations. Obviously, there's not much he could do. He can always Ash the baby or anything like that, but I don't think he had one in hand. So we are going to banish the baby and the Rex for Conductor, give him a token, and summon our Rex. And at this point, I'm going to activate the effect of Soul Eating Overraptor, sending Petite Pteranodon to get the Pankratops, because I am afraid of that back row, to be honest. It could be anything. So, moving on here, Pankratops effect. I'm just going to try and clear one. Probably not the best one to clear, because it couldn't affect me. Attack into the Ecclesia, do the damage. Attack into my token effect. And going for 1800 here. So it is looking quite good for me this turn. He's going to activate Punishment here. sending his enter, so he's going to clear my Oviraptor and my Conductor again, unfortunately. From our Archosaur, we're going to go into Linkubo for some protection and go into our second Conductor, just so we have something on his turn. He's going to activate his Conquistador and pass turn onto him. So it's looking okay so far. He's going to special summon the Fleur-de-Lis. Yep, you're in Graveyard. Yep. Into main phase, okay. So I'm going to let him go to main phase, go to battle phase. Sorry, he's going to attack with the Fleur-de-Lis. So I'm going to activate my Linkubo. He obviously gets the extra 500 attack, but it goes to 0 because of Lost World also. And sets to back row and to me. I'm going to activate this during the main phase 2, I think I declared it in, and he's unfortunately going to go for triple tactics talent. So he's going to get to draw 2. I did mention to him that the Conquistador is still a trap, so it does go back to the spell and trap zone when it is set. That is how trap monsters work. And we draw for turn. We get a Pot of Extravagance. Alrighty, so in standby phase, he's got an effect. He's going to activate his Infinite Impermanence, targeting my Conductor, obviously, so I don't summon a Dinosaur, and he has a targeting effect. Pushing on here. Gonna activate our Devil Evolution Pill Engrave. Banishing 2, it's going to cop the Ash, unfortunately. I figured I'd save the Extravagance because I wanted to save the extra deck monsters I had at the time. I believe that was my reasoning here, because I was trying to get a rank 4 on the field. Giant Rex is now 2-8. And Lost World effect. He's going to Dogmatika Punishment. He's going to send his Entis. Now, we had a discussion about this, because you have to actually send a monster that has higher attack than the monster on the field. So this was 2-8, and he unfortunately sent Entis. So you'll see in here, isn't it base? And we have a read of the card, and we find out, no, it is not base, unfortunately. It doesn't say original attack. So he can't resolve that effect, unfortunately, for him. Going to my Archosaur here. I'm not really sure why. There was probably no point in purpose. Attack over my token, protect. Go into the baby to special summon the Oviraptor effects. And I mean, this is probably why I wanted to save the Pot of Extravagance, so I could get the Oviraptor and then get my rank 4 during main phase 2. Alright, so we're going to go into Dolka, and I mean, it's pretty clean from here. He summons the Conquistador. He's got another Conquistador in back row. It's not looking great. Cursed Eldland is quite good here, actually. He gets into his Golden Lord. He's going to go into Nightmare Phoenix to pop my Lost World. I figure I'll let this go through because it doesn't really matter too much. I'm more worried about the Conquistador effect with the Golden Lord effect, sorry, which I do negate here. It does still send the Cursed Eldland for cost. And he's going to attack over my Archosaur here, taking 1900 damage. But I mean, the game's pretty much, you know, almost 100% wrapped up at this point. He's going to go into a Sanguine, which is fine, and a Elixir of Black Awakening. He's going to summon his Golden Lord here. Main phase, I'm going to activate my Double Evolution Pill, banishing Giant Rex and my Hand Trap. He's going to activate Conquistador. I'll chain Miscellaneousaurus to protect myself. And I mean, the damage just piles on from here. Chain the Rex back onto the field, and he pretty much concedes from that point. So yeah, that was a pretty fun game. Really tough matchup, actually. Dogmatika Eldlich, I haven't played against it before, so that was a good learning experience. I think that Dinosaurs is a very good matchup. The rest of the games for the locals last night, there was 3 rounds of Swiss. The second game I played against Dogmatika Eldlich, that went to game 3. I ended up losing that one. Eldlich is just too strong for this deck, too much advantage. And the last game, let me think. The last game, I believe, was against... Okay, the last game was against Infernoble Knight. That went to 3 games as well. A couple of misplays, so I didn't want to upload that one. I like to keep the clean games up here if I can. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Do appreciate it. If you like my content, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe or the like button, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you thought the game went against Dogmatika Eldlich here. Appreciate you guys very much. Have a good day.